Hello, beautiful. A few days ago, while I was cleaning around the house, I noticed myself replaying a conversation from 3 years ago, word for word, action for action, as if I was the director, the actress, and the critic all at once. I noticed myself rewriting what I should have said, how I should have stood up for myself, and I imagined their faces when they finally understood my point. Then I realized my daughter had asked me the same question twice and I didn't even hear her because I was somewhere else entirely, somewhere that honestly doesn't even exist anymore. And you want to know what's wild? I had been holding that conversation hostage in my mind, turning it over like I was investigating something I couldn't put down, convinced that if I had just understood it enough, if I had just replayed it one more time, somehow it would finally make sense. Somehow I would finally make it make sense. But let's be real, sis. Healing doesn't live with a rewind button. It lives in the pause. Maybe for you, it's not a conversation. Maybe it's the way someone made you feel small and you've been trying to grow around that feeling ever since, like your plant still reaching for the light, but forever being shaped by what's been trying to contain you. Maybe it's the apology that never came, the one you imagined in your head a few hundred different ways, the one you've practiced saying out loud in your car, voice shaking, hands gripping the steering wheel, only to realize they're never going to ask for forgiveness. And I hear you. Somehow I'm supposed to be okay with that. I hear you. Maybe it's the version of yourself you lost somewhere between survival and motherhood. The girl who laughed easily, who didn't calculate every word before she spoke, who trusted her own voice. Now you catch glimpses of her in old photos and you wonder if she's gone for good. Maybe it's the anger, the kind that sits in your chest like hot coals, the kind that you're afraid to touch because if you start to feel it and really feel it, you might not stop. You might rage. You might say things that you can't take back. You might finally admit how deeply you were hurt. And that feels more terrifying than staying silent. We hold on so tight, don't we? Not because we're weak, not because we're dramatic, but because letting go feels like we're saying, what you did to me didn't matter, or even worse, I deserved it. And that's the lie that keeps us locked up, sis. The lie that says, if I let this go, I'm letting them off the hook. If I release this, I'm saying it's okay. If I stop carrying the pain, who will remember what happened to me? Will I remember what happened to me? But sis, I need you to hear me out. You matter so much that God refuses to let you stay stuck here in this moment of replay. He's not asking you to forget. He's not asking you to pretend it didn't hurt. He's asking you to stop letting that hurt be the thing that identifies you. Here's what I'm learning. Slowly, messy, in the 3 a.m. quiet when my mind won't rest, letting go doesn't mean it didn't hurt. It means the hurt doesn't get to write the rest of your story. Okay, think about it like this. You know how sometimes you're carrying in something heavy, let's say grocery bags, a laundry basket, a toddler who refuses to walk, and your arms start shaking. They feel heavy. And someone passes by, says, do you need any help? And you say, no, I got it. Even though your shoulders, hands, arms, body is screaming. That's us with our pain. We've been carrying it so long that we don't even know how to set it down or even accept help. We've built our identity around being the one who survived it, the one who's strong enough to hold it, the one who doesn't need help. But God is standing there saying, baby girl, I've been waiting for you to let me carry this. He placed it on David's heart in Psalms chapter 34, verse 18, to say, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, not close to the healed, not close to the ones who have it all figured out, not close to the ones who show up to church with the right words and the perfect smile, close to the brokenhearted. That's you, sis. That's me. Right here, right now. In the middle of the mess, in the crying in the bathroom at 2 p.m. mess, in the I thought I was over this mess, in the why does this still hurt mess. He's close, right there, closer than your own breath. David reminds us again in Psalm chapter 147. He says, He binds up our wounds, not that He erases them or pretends they never bled, not that He waves a magic wand and makes it like it never happened. He binds them gently, carefully, like a mother with her child's scraped knee. He sees it, He tends to it, He doesn't rush you. He doesn't say, why are you still crying? It's just a scrape. He sits with you in it. He cleans the wound, even if it stings, insists it stings, but he wraps it with care and he stays close while it heals. And Jesus, our wonderful Savior, in Matthew 11, he says, come to me and I will give you rest. He doesn't say, get it together first, then come. He doesn't say, figure out how to let it go on your own and then I'll help you. He doesn't say, clean yourself up, fix your faith, stop being so messy and then we'll talk. No. Just come. Tired, angry, confused, holding on too tight. Come with the arguments you're still having in your head. Come with the bitterness you're ashamed of. Come with the part of you that doesn't even want to forgive yet. Come anyway, because He's not scared of your mess, sis. No. He's not overwhelmed by how long you've been stuck. He's not surprised that you're still struggling. He's already made room for all of it. Now, here's what they don't say in the devotionals or during church service. Letting go isn't one dramatic moment where you finally release it all and walk off into the sunset free. I used to think it would be. I used to wish it would be. I thought there would be this big cinematic moment, possibly during worship service, maybe on my knees in my prayer closet, where I'd finally let it go and the weight would lift and I'd feel light again and everything would be different. But that's not how it works for most of us. It's more like you on a random Thursday praying, God, I give this to you. And then picking it up by lunchtime because someone said something that triggered you, or you saw a post that reminded you, or your body just remembered before your mind did. It looks like releasing the bitterness on Sunday, feeling free in worship, hands lifted, tears streaming, and then tasting it again in your mouth by Wednesday when you're stuck in traffic and the old thoughts came flooding back. It's progress that doesn't feel like progress. 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. Sometimes 2 steps forward, 5 steps backward. And sis, I want to let you know that's not failure. It's not weakness. It's not proof that you're doing it wrong. It's literally the sacred human work of healing. We have to remind ourselves, we're not machines that could just delete a file and move on. We're women with hearts that remember, with bodies that hold trauma, with minds that loop and spiral and sometimes betray us. And God, He knows this. He designed us this way. He's not confused by our complexities. He doesn't roll his eyes when you reach for it again. He doesn't check his watch and sigh like, really? Still? I thought we dealt with this already. He doesn't lose patience. He doesn't give up on you. He just opens his hands again and again and again because he knows freedom isn't found in one moment of letting go. It's found in 1,000 small surrenders, each one carving out a little more space for you to breathe. Each one whispering, you're not alone in this. Each one reminding you, you're not too much. You're not too broken. You're not too far gone. Sometimes surrender looks like finally blocking that number. Sometimes it looks like choosing not to explain yourself one more time. Sometimes it looks like crying in the shower and letting the water wash it away. Sometimes it looks like saying, I don't know how to forgive them yet, God, but I'm willing to be willing. And that is enough. That tiny crack of willingness, that's where the light gets in. I don't know what you're holding on to right now, sis. The relationship that ended badly, the friendship that faded without explanation, the way your body changed and no one prepared you for the grief of that, the dreams you had to let die, the way you were treated when you were too young to know you deserved better. Whatever it is, Can I tell you something true? Holding on to it won't make it hurt less. It just makes the hurt last longer. And I know, God, I know that letting go feels like losing out or betraying yourself. I know. It feels like they win. It feels like you're giving up your right to be angry, to be hurt, to demand justice. But baby, holding on to poison doesn't hurt them. It only hurts you. And you've been hurt enough. So right now, wherever you are, the school pickup line, at your kitchen sink, laying in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, sitting on the bathroom floor because it's the only place you can be alone, say this with me. Out loud if you can, but whisper it if that's all you got. If you don't fully believe it yet, say it anyway. God, I release this into your hands. Not because it didn't hurt, not because it doesn't matter, not because they deserve my forgiveness, but because I matter to you and you matter to me. And holding on to this is keeping me from who I'm becoming. So I'm giving it to you again, one more time, as many times as it takes. And I want you to know, sis, letting go makes room. It makes room for joy that doesn't feel guilty, for peace that isn't conditional on anyone else's behavior, room for rest that doesn't require you to have everything figured out first, for the version of you God has been protecting all along, the one underneath all the weight you were never meant to carry. You know, the one who laughs freely, the one who doesn't shrink herself, the you who knows her worth isn't up for debate. She's still there. She's been there the whole time, just waiting for you to put down what's been covering her. You don't have to do this perfectly. You don't have to do this all at once. You don't have to have a testimony of complete healing by next Sunday. You just need one breath, one release, one wobbly, imperfect, tear-stained step towards freedom. That's all he's asking for today. And tomorrow, if you pick it back up, he'll still be there, hands open, eyes full of love, whispering, try again, babe. I'm not going anywhere. And if you needed someone right here with you, I'll be right here with you too. In the in-between, in the mess, in the slow, sacred, sometimes frustrating unraveling of becoming free. Remember, you're not falling apart, beautiful. You're falling into place. Piece by piece, prayer by prayer, surrender by surrender. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day you're going to reach for that old hurt and it won't be there anymore. And prayerfully, you won't even go reach for it. Not because you force it away, but because you finally made room for something better, something bigger. Until then, sis, please be gentle with yourself. You're doing way better than you think you are.